Alright, looks like the enemy team in mid is pushed up a little far. We're going to go ahead and rotate in. We do have our ultimate. We're going to go ahead and cast our ultimate, make sure that we are the rocket. We're going to come in, hit the Agni, get the stun, throw our 2. He's standing in tower, he takes some tower shots. We're going to get some basics onto the Nike. She jumps away, we're going to turn into a leaf. Start getting some damage onto this Horus. Nike's still here. We're getting some chain lightning onto them. We're going to throw our sake bottle. We're going to throw our 1. We're able to get the pick onto the Nike. That's a double. We're going to go ahead and keep attacking, and we're able to get the triple kill onto the Horus. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy Shawnee B Gaming, and today we're going to be playing Danzabora as Gary. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right, what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If there is something that we learn together, make sure you check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you are a returning viewer, Danzabora just recently came out as a new god, and he's a lot of fun to play. He's probably going to get a couple of nerfs, as most new gods in Smite are overpowered and get nerfs in upcoming patches. But there's not going to be an upcoming patch for at least a month, so get good with Danzabora because he's going to be good for a while. So let's go ahead and jump into his kit. Danzabora's 1, Fool's Gold. Danzabora rolls out 3 money bags that pass through and damage enemy minions, but stop on enemy gods, slowing as they travel. Gods hit are damaged and intoxicated, dropping a gold coin that Danzabora or his allied gods can pick up that provide him 10 gold. When a money bag stops moving, it reveals to be an explosive which detonates after a short delay. Subsequent hits of money bags or explosion damage deals 20% of the damage. Danzabora's 2, Alluring Spirits. Danzabora takes a swig of a sake bottle, gaining health before hurling it in front of him to deal damage to enemies in the inner circle. The bottle of sake applies a stack to enemy gods in the area slowing, upon reaching 3 stacks, taunting them with no diminishing returns towards the sake bottle. Enemies that take more than 30% of their max health while taunted are broken out early. The slow per stack is going to be 10% for 1.5 seconds. He's going to heal. The taunt duration is going to be 1 second, and then the hits to break the sake bottle are going to be 2 at levels 1 and 2, 3 at 3 and 4, and then 4 hits at level 5. Danzabora's 3, Tanuki Trickery. Danzabora creates a field where he moves faster, is slow immune, and takes less damage from basic attacks. Enemies in the field are slowed by 20%. If Danzabora leaves the field, it disappears, turning him into a leaf among other decoys that mimic his movement. In this state, his movement speed is increased. He is still slow immune and can pass through enemies. After a short delay from transforming, any hit from enemy gods, or if Danzabora attacks himself, he will revert back to his normal state. The leaf movement speed is 20% at level 1, 40% at level 5. The field duration is 5 seconds. The reduced basic attack damage is 20%, and then the leaf duration is 4 seconds. While inside the field, he's going to gain movement speed 10% at level 1 and 20% at level 5. Danzabora's ultimate, Uproarious Rocket. Danzabora summons a magical leaf which transforms into a large bamboo rocket. While preparing, Danzabora can aim the rocket within 180 degrees to lock onto an enemy god, or he can refire his ability to become the rocket. Once fired, the rocket will pass through and damage enemy minions, stopping at the first enemy god hit, damaging and stunning them while dealing 50% of the damage in a larger area. The stun duration is going to be 1 second at level 1 and 1.4 seconds at level 5. And finally, Danzabora's passive, Dubious Saver. Every time Danzabora actively gains gold, he stores 10% into one of his money pouches instead. When a pouch is completely filled, Danzabora gains bonus gold and a permanent physical power increase before switching to a larger money pouch. The pouch number 1 can hold 80 gold, pouch 2, 140 gold, pouch 3, 200 gold, and pouch 4, 300 gold. In terms of the leveling order, at level 1, we want to put a point into our 1, level 2, put a point into our 2, level 3, put a point into our 3, then we want to max out our 1, max out our ultimate whenever we can, max out our 2, and max out our 3. We left Fountain with Hunter's Blessing, tier 1 of Devourer's Gauntlets, 3 health potions, and a mana potion. So I haven't seen any other Danzabora do this, but I really like this strategy. When casting our 1, Right now, we have the flat wall to our right, so we want to shoot our left money bag down the middle and have our middle money bag and our right money bag head towards the wall. What this will do, if we play it just right, is we're going to have our money bags land on the back archers, and then we're going to have some money bags bounce off the wall and hopefully land on the front melee minions. Pretty sure this is how you want to play it. I haven't seen anyone else do it, but like I said, I think I'm getting more damage off because of it. We just hit level 5, so now we have our ultimate. Our ultimate is very fun. Took me a few games to fully figure it out, but whenever we cast our ultimate, we can actually switch between targeted rocket and hopping in the rocket multiple times. So if you see the arrow in front of you when casting your ultimate, that means you're going to be the rocket. So if you're spamming the ult button, you might get confused on which one it's actually going to be, but the line or the arrow indicates that you're going to hop in it. We're going to go ahead and rotate to our Harpy. Right now we're trying to get Sylvanas to heal us. We have enough money for the tier 3 version of Devourer's Gauntlets, so once we clear this wave, we're probably going to want it back. Let's see if we can time it just right. Loki's here, so we probably couldn't time it quite right. We're going to go ahead, turn into our leaf, and fall back a little bit. Stand in the Sylvanas spot to gain some mana, even though we're going to be backing soon. We're going to go ahead and clear one more wave so we don't miss any XP or gold. So we shoot, and we get some money bags. So the minis are still marching up. But if they're standing still, we should be able to land a money bag on the back archers and a money bag on the melee minions. We're going to go ahead back and pick up Devourer's Gauntlets. Devourer's Gauntlets is going to provide us 30 power and 15% physical lifesteal. It has a passive that allows us to stack. Each stack is going to provide us 0.5 power and 0.2% lifesteal. We can stack up to 70 times. If we get a final hit on a minion, we're going to gain 1 stack. If we get a final hit on an enemy god, we're going to gain 5 stacks. Once this item evolves from being fully stacked, it's going to provide 65 physical power and 29% physical lifesteal. The 29 physical lifesteal is a large amount. Devo Gauntlets are just really helpful on almost every hunter. I think Danzabora could also be built with a power build, so going into Transcendence, but I know that Devo Gauntlets was going to help us sustain a lot more than the Transcendence Aussie build. We're going to throw our 2, try to aim for that Soul. Soul uses her ultimate, we're able to hit her with one of the money bags, that's going to drop a coin. We're going to go ahead pick up the coin. We have melee minions that we forgot about, so we're going to use our leaf to get some bonus movement speed and fall back. Ravana's kind of angling for a gank. There we go. We got the money bags right where we wanted them that time. We miss our 2. We're going to try to get some damage onto the Soul. Ravana's able to use his ultimate and get the pick. We cast our rocket. That's going to get the stun onto the Horus. And we're able to get the pick onto the Horus with the setup from Ravana. It's always nice to have a good jungler who rotates. We're going to go ahead and set up a ward so that way we know if the enemy jungler is coming. It is a Loki, so he might be invisible while he's walking over a ward. On the purple buff, so there is a way to cast your 1 and have the money bags land on the purple buff. This takes a little bit to figure out that angle. We're going to go ahead and fall back. It's a 2v1. We do have a minion wave, but this is still not our fight. Danzabora's 3, I feel like we did not do a good job of standing in it and trying to attack from it. We really only used it as an escape. It is a really cool ability. You can really confuse the enemy team. So one strategy for confusing the enemy team that I've picked up on is once you step out, kind of walk in that same direction and then do a 180 and come back in. That's going to bring all the leaves together, and then whichever direction you go from there, it's going to be very confusing to keep track of you. If you walk in a straight line once you cast this ability, it's pretty obvious which leaf you are. We're going to go ahead, see if we can rotate to this fight. Sylvanas goes down. We decided it's not really worth rotating for, so we're just going to go ahead and hit this Harpy. We do have enough money for attack speed boots, so we're going to want to pick those up on our next back. We don't want to back quite yet because we've missed some gold and XP from the minion wave. We're going to rotate in. We're going to see if we can ult in. We double tapped. We saw the arrow, so we know that we're coming. And unfortunately, we hit a wall, so we did not detonate on Soul. We're going to go ahead and back, pick up our attack speed boots.
You ever see a gun this big?
Whenever leaving Fountain, we are going to use our 3 because it does provide some additional movement speed. This will allow us to get to lane a little bit quicker, which is always helpful. I feel like we did make a few mistakes this game, but I also feel like we really popped off at some points in this game. Agni is in the right jungle, so we gotta be a little bit careful on how far we step up. We're gonna go ahead and rotate to our purple buff. The purple buff is gonna provide us with a little bit of attack speed. I believe it's 15%. And then it's also gonna make it to where if an enemy stands too close to us, we're going to remove some of their protections. In the laning phase, we're really only casting our 1 to clear the minion wave. Our 2 and 1 combination kind of burns a lot of mana. So we're just being a little bit conservative and not really trying to waste our mana. Right as I say that, we're going to throw our 2 onto the Soul. Our Harpy's about to spawn, so we're going to rotate in, clean that up. Right now we have 2 levels on the enemy Soul, so I feel like we're doing a good job. Looks like there's a bit of a fight going on. They dash back. We probably won't be able to rotate on them, so we're just going to rotate back to lane. Since we kind of debated on rotating in, we lost our opportunity to hit the Harpy without missing any XP in lane. We're going to go ahead and clean up our Harpy. We're going to set up another ward. That way we know if Loki's coming our way.
Enemy missing middle. Be careful, right. Be careful.
So right now we are on the stage 3 of Danzabora's passive. If you look, it'll show 47 out of 200. Once we get 200, it's going to evolve. We're going to go ahead and transform into a leaf. That was a great example of going forward, turning around, and then they don't know which leaf you are. If we would have taken damage from Loki's decoy, we would have been taking out of our leaf form. Looks like Loki's helping Soul get purple buff, so we're going to go ahead and rotate back to lane. Those wards coming in really helpful. We're going to try to get some pressure right here. We're going to throw our 2. Unfortunately, it was 1 tick short. We don't want to overstep. Our purple buff is up. We're probably going to clear 1 more wave and then rotate to our purple. If we rotate to our purple right now, we're going to miss some XP and gold. One of the minions, or at least one of the minions from the enemy minion wave, would go down. And if we're not in lane to get there, if we're not in lane, we're not going to get that XP and gold. Go ahead and pick up purple buff, probably clear 1 more wave and then back because we do have enough money for our next item. We throw our Saka bottle a little too early. Take a little bit of poke from the Soul. We're going to go ahead and back. Next, we're going to be picking up Odysseus Bow, or Oboe. Oboe is going to provide us 40% attack speed, and it has a passive that every 4th basic attack triggers a chain lightning, damaging the target and up to 4 nearby enemies for 15 damage plus 60% of our basic attack power. This item is going to increase our attack speed, and it's going to make it to where we can kind of clear lane really effectively. It should also allow us to out-trade any hunter that does not have Oboe. Soul is a magical carry, so she does not have the option to get Oboe. Our attack speed should be a lot faster than hers, and if she's standing near a minion wave, we should get some free damage onto her. We're going to go ahead and rotate to the purple buff. Does not look like it's there. It looks like the enemy team in mid is pushed up a little far. We're going to go ahead and rotate in. We do have our ultimate. We're going to go ahead and cast our ultimate, make sure that we are the rocket. We're going to come in, hit the Agni, get the stun, throw our 2. He's standing in tower, he takes some tower shots. We're going to get some basics onto the Nike. She jumps away, we're going to turn into a leaf. Start getting some damage onto this Horus. Nike's still here. We're getting some chain lightning onto them. We're going to throw our sake bottle. We're going to throw our 1. We're able to get the pick onto the Nike. That's a double. We're going to go ahead and keep attacking, and we're able to get the triple kill onto the Horus. Great rotation from us. They were pushed up a little too far in mid. We got advantage in our lane, and we were able to rotate over and make a difference in that team fight. We're going to go ahead and start working on the Gold Fury. Soul could potentially steal it, but I feel like we're okay. Minions are pushed up pretty far, so we want to rotate, clean up the minions to get the gold and XP. If I've said gold and XP too much, I understand. It's just trying to get the point across that you want to be in the lane when the minions are going down. We're going to rotate to our purple buff. Right now we are 16, so now we have 3 levels on the enemy soul. Level 16 at 15 minutes into the game. We are on track to be 20 by 20. The map also got a visual update. So the Yorm and Chrono structure did not exist over in left before. We're able to get some good damage onto the soul. And here we're just lapping. We're just going to shoot it with the free roam. And she's able to immune it. I think she was actually behind the tower and wouldn't have taken damage from it. Or at least not the primary damage. She might have taken the 50% damage from the explosion. But we were able to get her Aegis out. Horus is here. We're going to go ahead and cast our 2. Try to taunt them. We're trying to fight this, which might not be the best idea. We're going to use our 3. And we should be able to wiggle out of here. Loki's here. We used our beads and our Aegis a little late. We're going to cast our 2. Does not look good. And we go down. Unfortunate. I feel like if we would have used our beads to avoid the stun from Loki, we probably would have gotten out of there. But instead, we got stunned and then used our beads a little late. After going into Oboe, we're going to be going into Kin Size. Kin Size is going to provide us 40 physical power and 20% attack speed. It has a passive that on basic attacks, we're going to deal 3% of the target's maximum health. If the target had over 2,000 health, the bonus damage is going to scale up to a maximum of 5% at 2,750 health. So now we have crazy attack speed, and we're going to be dealing relevant damage whenever we land basic attacks. Sylvanas is going in, Ravana's rotating in, Sylvanas goes down, Ravana's able to get a pick onto the Horus. Since our jungler is dropping our purple, we're going to rotate in, try to get some of this XP. Looks like we missed... Oh no, we made it in time for both melee minions and then the large melee minion. We're not too concerned about poking out the tower, we're kind of letting the minions do it for us.
Enemy missing middle.
We do have our ultimate. We're going to go ahead and just stick to the farm. We hear Loki nearby. He's probably on oracles.
Help left lane.
We check the enemy red buff. It's not there. We're going to see if we can get some damage onto this Agni.
Ultimate is ready.
We throw our 2, but he's able to dash out. Since Toph is not in this lane, we're going to go ahead and clean up the wave. Rotate out. Loki's here. We're going to use our beads a little late. We turn into a leaf, and we're able to wiggle out of it. Soul now rotates in. We're going to go ahead, pop a health potion. Swanch uses his ultimate. We're going to come in, throw our 2, throw our 1. We're able to get the pick onto the Soul. We cast our ultimate. It goes right around the corner. It's locked on, and it's able to get the pick onto Loki, and then our controller dies. There's nothing we can do except for change our controller batteries. So our controller just died. I had to mute part of that because of the Xbox party. I just wanted to keep my friend out of the video. We are playing with the Sylvanas. Super unlucky. We were able to change our controller batteries. That was definitely a preventable death. So after going into Kinsai, we're going to be going into Fail Not. We'll get into Fail Not in just a little bit. Gold Fury and Fire Giant are both up, so we should be looking to take one of those objectives pretty soon.
Be right back.
Soul's here. We missed our 2.
As long as you are not scared, all will be okay.
We peek the enemy red buff. It's not there.
Attack left lane. Group up.
We can't cut anybody off in mid. Looks like the fight's over in left. We're going to go ahead and clear this mid wave and then rotate left. Ravana's able to get the pick onto Agni. We're going to go ahead, turn into the rocket, and navigate it ourselves. We get the stun on the Horus. We're going to activate our 2. We miss our 2. We're able to clean up the Horus. We're going to turn into a leaf, chase this Nike, and we're able to get the pick onto the Nike. We should be able to push and get this tower right here. We are shooting through the top wall. That's going to increase the power on our basic attacks. We might have been able to get the pick onto the Phoenix right there, but somebody makes the call to go for Fire Giant, so we're going to work on Fire Giant. We're going to go ahead and set up a ward. Soul's still all the way over in the right lane. We're able to get Fire Giant with everybody up. So if you notice, there's a Thor hammer on the Pyromancer now. Bunch of nice little touches all around the map. We are going to pick up Fail Not. Fail Not is going to provide us 45 physical power, 20% critical strike chance, 20% cooldown, and 10% physical penetration. It has a passive that whenever your ultimate ability has finished casting, your next ability or basic attack within 8 seconds that damages an enemy god marks them. This mark increases the chance you and your allies can land a critical strike on them by 15% for 10 seconds. This can only occur once every 45 seconds.
On my way.
So in a typical hunter build, oh, there's a bit of a tussle going around Gold Fury. Typical hunter build, we would go into Silver Branch Bow, especially if they had an attack speed stem like Rama.
Be careful.
I think Danzabora is definitely more ability based, and we really don't want to be going over the attack speed cap of 2.5 by that much. We are going to be going over it, but with Silver Branch Bow, you're kind of intentionally trying to go over it. With Fail Not, we are reducing our cooldowns. We should be able to use our ult more often, use our abilities more often, and we get a little bit of crit. We're trying to stay in the back line here. Agni's rotating in. Loki is nearby as well. We're going to throw our 2. Get some basics off. Loki's here. We use our beads Aegis at the right time. We're going to cast our 1. We definitely could have used our 3 right there instead of trying to fight into that. I feel like we got some good damage off. We used both our beads and Aegis. So that was unfortunate that we did not survive because of it. We really, we got Loki and we used our relics, we should have used our 3 to reposition instead of trying to fight into Loki. We probably would have gotten the pick onto Loki, except for Agni came in, and Agni got a lot of damage onto us. Looks like our team won the team fight though, and they are going for the Gold Fury. It is a Primal Fury, so the Primal Fury is going to make it to where everyone on our team does additional damage to jungle camps and objectives. This includes future Gold Furies, the Harpies, Colored Camps, Fire Giant, and Pyromancer. We're going to go ahead and sell our Hunter's Blessing and start working on Atalanta's Bow.
Destroy the right enemy tower. Group up. Attack middle lane. On my way.
We have a Hunter who taunts. This taunt on his sake bottle is a really strong ability if you can land it on a couple of people. We're trying to post up. Loki's the character that we need to avoid. We're going to throw our 2 over the wall. We're able to get the taunt onto him. We're going to go ahead and cast our 1, but it bounces off the Loki decoy. We're going to throw our 2. We're in a bad position because Soul's here. We're going to go ahead and activate our 3, turn into leaves. So that's technically our dash ability. Loki ults us, we're in trouble, no beads or Aegis, and Loki's able to get the pick onto us. It's a 2-for-1 trade, 2-for-2 trade. No longer a good fight for our team. Unfortunate. That Loki just, I feel like, is targeting us at the beginning of team fights. We should have our beads and Aegis on this next team fight. They're able to get the pick onto the Ravana. Now it's just the Sylvanas up.
We need wards. Please. Yes.
Just give me everything. I'll take it all.
Sylvanas is just holding mid. We should be able to group up with him pretty soon. So we picked up Atalanta's Bow. Atalanta's Bow is going to provide us 25 physical power, 25% attack speed, and 20% penetration. It has a passive that upon getting a kill or assist, we're going to gain Atalanta's agility for 10 seconds. This increases our attack speed by 20% and decreases our movement speed penalties by 30%. So right now we are sitting just under the attack speed cap of 2.38.
Ward the fire
We are kind of grouped. We're going to go ahead and set up a ward on Fire Giant. And then I think we can solo Pyromancer, so we're going to start working on that. Loki's nearby. He's gotten a pick on us our last 2 deaths, so we're going to try to play it really careful and avoid him. We're going to go the long way. We're going to throw our 2 onto the Agni. Unfortunately, we missed. We cast our 1. We're going to start trying to get some basics onto this Nike. Burn her shield down. Souls here. We're going to use our 3, turn into a leaf, kind of reevaluate where we want to fight. That's the Loki ultimate. We're going to go ahead and cast our ultimate. We get the stun onto the Horus. We're going to throw our 2. The Nike uses their beads. We're able to get the pick onto the Nike. We're able to get the pick. Oh, Odin got the pick. We're going to go ahead and rotate back, see if we can help out in this team fight. Horus is nearby. Getting some good damage on him. We get the taunt onto him, and we're able to chain the lightning and get the pick onto the Loki. So in this most recent patch, they extended the multi-kill duration. It was on 10 seconds before this patch, where if you got a pick, you had 10 seconds to get another pick to get a double. Now they increased that to 15 seconds. So we were actually able to get a triple kill right there. We should be able to get this middle Phoenix. Agni is going to be the only one up to contest this. We make the call to go for right. Our team's sticking to the Agni. We're able to get the pick onto the Agni. We're going to go ahead, rotate in, and we should be able to close out this game. Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That really helps these videos out. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you have that one friend that just needs a little bit of Smite help, make sure you send them this video if you want them to get good with Danzabora. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.